Hey everybody, Todd here with Trading Analysis. Welcome to the Wednesday live stream. We're setting history today here, guys. This is the first time in our beta existence of this Wednesday webinar that we've started on time, number one. Hey everybody, Todd here with Trading Analysis. I need my headphones. Hold on. Wednesday live stream. As soon as I was getting ahead of myself. We're setting history today here, guys. This is the first time in our... I just gotta find my headphones and then we're good to go. I'm such a dork. Hold on, guys. And the other thing that's cool is we are in our new office. So I'll give you a little tour around here, but all's well. We've got markets on the brink. We've got ADP that came out. Not much of an impact here pre-markets. We'll talk about that. We've got some live positions that I want to cover. I'm also going to bring in my my friend and senior tech advisor, kind of voice of reason to the whole company, Terry Long. Those of you who are members at Trading Analysis have definitely heard him on our webinar, so I'm going to bring him in a second as soon as I get my headphones up and rolling. Okay. All right, we are good. Let me just make this quick adjustment. As I said, we are still in beta, not at production level yet, but we will be here soon. Audio settings. All right. Audio settings. Okay, perfect. Good. All right, let me just bring in Terry here quick. Say good morning, Terry. How are you, sir?
Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing today?
We are well.
Beautiful spring day down here in Southeast Texas.
He always likes to rub our face into it. And what's the temperature?
Oh, right now it's about 60 degrees, I think. Highs will be in the mid-70s today. Sunshine. The grass is growing. All good things. Pollen, tree pollen, lots of grass pollen. That's what's eating us up right now.
Unreal. I was just telling Terry before we started the live session here that everyone's getting over being sick. All the kids have the flu.
Yeah. Well, we're not immune to the flu. I told you the other day we had one of our schools, a local school, completely shut down with flu. So it really doesn't matter what the temperature is. Flu's going to get you.
And plus, you guys have a lot of allergies to deal with in Texas, right?
I'm sure. Yeah, we have everything grows down here, but some things you can get used to. I think it's like all things. You know, if I were to go up north, I wouldn't be immune to the aspens and those things, those types of trees. So I think if you're around it a lot, you know, one thing that will help you a lot with your allergies is eat honey made from your local bee producers, because the bees go around pollinating your local plants, and in that honey it helps you with your allergies. So
that's good to know. Terry, give us a little bit of your background. How did you find your way into Trading Analysis? He's got a very impressive career. He kind of launched a second mini career with us. One of the hardest working guys I have on my team. Give him a little bit of your background if you don't mind.
Yeah, I retired from ExxonMobil just a couple of years ago. I'm a chemical engineer by trade, and 34 years with the company. I had a lot of various assignments in upstream. Worked out in West Texas when I first began out there in the Permian Basin. So I know a little bit about the oil field, and then I moved to chemicals, petrochemicals, close to Houston area. Finished my career there. In my last assignment, I was a senior economist for ExxonMobil, and I helped optimize the feedstocks and product blends at the refinery and petrochemical complex. Multi-million-dollar businesses there. So when I retired, I knew I couldn't let this brain sit idle.
And you don't sit idle.
I had actually, yeah, it's not idle, that's for sure. I had actually started with Todd a couple of years before I retired. But, you know, it's very difficult when you're working. You can't attend any of the webinars, and you're just watching everything in replay. And there's you got family and job and all those types of things that are distraction. We understand it's very difficult. But once I got retired, I was able to focus on everything. Took all Todd's courses, the mastery course, and I guess I pestered Todd enough that I had proved my worthiness to him, and he offered me a job. So here we are.
He's done a great job, Jared. Thank you. I didn't pester you at all to come on. I just saw how dedicated you were, and you know, I'm proud of my members in that we have a lot of accomplished people, and we'll get into the content. We're just kind of softening up here. A lot of accomplished members. Kind of my style of analysis, and this will kind of be a lead in, is not just the simple one indicator on your chart and you're going to make millions of dollars. I think the kind of person that is attracted to our style, namely LE Wave and Fibonacci, a little bit more advanced or a lot more advanced technical analysis, and then we like to have even more fun and put option overlay on it. It generally attracts a person who likes to sit down and kind of work through things and study. So I've taken the time to do 45-minute calls with a lot of my members, and I'm proud to say we have a really good member base, and Terry is reflective of that. Too bad the owner of the company is a loser, Terry. I'm still getting the feedback in my microphone, so I'm hearing you twice. We'll test that in the future. So if I don't answer your questions, it's because I'm hearing you twice in my ears, and I desperately need to hire an audio video guy.
Yeah, I just muted the playback, so I don't hear it on my end, but it sounds good. But yeah, I love helping you guys out, understand the technical analysis here, especially the motive wave. Todd, I guess I'm Todd's right-hand man when it comes to dealing with the issues with motive wave. It's an excellent product. You guys hopefully you were able to take advantage of that spring sale we had a few weeks ago.
Yep.
I've seen several members in here.
Sorry to interrupt you. I rely on Terry for my motive wave questions. Those are the Elliott Wave. That's the Elliott Wave software that we use. So he's my go-to guy for that.
Yeah, I see several of the members in the question chat room there. That several I know that bought the motive wave. So I hope you guys are doing well with that. Let us know, and we'll be glad to help you out. Cool.
All right, guys. We'll dive in here. I'll give you a little tour here. I'll just pop the camera around. The place is a mess right now, the new office, but I'll give you a quick tour around, show you what's going on. This is the first time that I've had Terry, I'm going to take the headphones off just so I don't get the replay in my head. First time I've had an office in 10 years. I used to work on Wall Street, and that was the last time I had an office, and now here I am in upstate New York. In Saratoga, so the office is 10 minutes away from where I live, so it's kind of fun. And my wife says she doesn't mind that I'm finally out of the house. So I'll just spin the camera around here. Hopefully it works. And you can see we have a lot of plans as to what's going to happen. So directly behind me there's the green screen that, I'll put myself in. There's a little corner. We painted that wall blue, so the trading analysis logo is going to go back there. And then I have another desk over there. One of my audio video guys that I'm going to hire is going to be over there. And then there's the rest of the office. I got the distillery, the office for my other whiskey company is down there. And then another buddy's going to grab a desk. We're going to get some other desks in here. And then here's the outside right there. So we're ground level here. And we got windows all the way down, so it's nice. If some of you who've been with me a while know I used to work in a basement with no windows, and that'll drive you insane after a while. Think The Shining. So that's the new digs. We're going to do some events up here. I think we're going to do some member seminars. We have enough room, obviously, to drop Drop some seats in. We're part of a hotel. This is a hotel upstairs, so we got plenty of room. So that's the tour. All right, guys, to business. To business. Let me bring Terry back in. Let me show you what's going on here. Terry, just jump in anytime you want. All right. So there we go, and we're going to flip over to that view. Okay, so for the S&P, guys, I think we're in a pretty strong move up. We broke through, Terry, I'm going to take this off. Just, it's too much of audio feedback. And I'll bring you in here in just one sec. I do apologize. So the S&P broke through a decisive level, and basically we have been talking about the 2800 to 2820 level for a long time. That was at the basis, at the entry of that zone was the 78.6% retracement. We tried it, and I was on with you guys several times. I was on CNBC several times, just pounding the table saying this is going to be challenging. And we went up, we tested it once, sold off, tested it again, sold off, rallied up, came back to it again, and notice the level that we're pivoting around. That's that 78% retracement. That's, if you take your calculator and you go 0.618 and hit square root, that's your 786. So that was the defining level. The fact that we're now back above that, I think, is pretty important. I think we have one more level to go before I think the coast is clear for higher levels. We still have a potential head and shoulders going here. You've got a left shoulder, you got a minor head and a right shoulder. I don't think that's going to be the case, but I do see that we can begin to push higher. Louis says, "Where are the bullhorns?" Bullhorns didn't make it. They got beat. They got broken in the move. But what we do have, if you saw, we have a gong for the opening bell. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this show in the future. That's pretty funny. So getting off the daily here, let's get down to the half day. 195-minute chart. I'll show you a little bit more of the wave count. The way I'm seeing this is I am still expecting a big triangle. In fact, let me get off the 195 back to the daily, give you that context. I still see us as a big triangle for now. Okay, that triangle would look like this. Okay, it could change. There's nothing that says this has to happen. But so far what I'm seeing is 3 down. I'm thinking this is 3 up. Okay, I'm thinking this is 3 up. If that's the case, we have 3 down, 3 up, and there's only 2 corrections in the only wave world that start with 3 waves, okay? And that's going to be a flat and a correction. So as we get down, and I know Terry's anxious to jump in here if any time, I'll just throw it in here. Off the 195, what is this right here? So 195, which is your half-day chart. If this is all of B, okay, you have to consider this the first and second wave of a higher 5-wave move. I have these as alternates. I'll just put them down here for now. If we're wrong, if we start to find some resistance on this breakout, we have to consider this part of B. I don't think that's what's happening, but for now, this is our primary count, which says we have a wave 3 move higher. Again, I'll just put the alternate right down here. This could be a C wave rally. If this is a C wave rally, you would expect that we could get up to the 100%, which is at 2924. We closed yesterday at 2867. So even if I'm wrong, if this is A of blue B, this is B of blue B, and we're going to get C, we should be able to move up here and make some money in the position that we just put on yesterday, which I'll show you. Okay, if my primary count is correct, we won't only get up to 29.24, we should get up to the 1.618 projection at 3014. So here's the position that we put on. And Terry, if you want to jump in at any time, go ahead. I've got you.
You're all right.
Okay. So we put on a big call butterfly. We structured it in a way where the deltas are net positive. All right. So here's the position. We've got the 2720 long 4. I'm short 8 of the 2835s, and I'm long 4, of the 2900s.
Yeah, those are in the puts, Todd.
Oh, did I say calls? Sorry.
Yeah. Those are in the puts.
Paula, thank you very much. Thank you, Terry. My senior's technical advisor coming in.
It makes a big difference. You'll see.
It doesn't. In the butterflies, it doesn't matter if it's calls or puts. Doesn't matter.
Well,
are you guys getting an echo coming off of Terry? Richard's mentioning that. Okay. Terry, I'm gonna take you off. I don't have this set up correctly, and we're getting echo coming back from your microphone.
I'll just my desktop here. We'll be good.
Okay.
I probably had it too loud.
Okay. Or you might need a headset like we have.
Yeah, we can do that too.
Okay, no problem. Sorry, we'll be set up. We'll be set up in the future. So here's the trade that we have on the puts: 2720s, 2835s, 2900s. If you look at the collective delta, we have positive 2 delta, making $46 a day in theta. Butterflies are vague and negative, so as the stock market moves up, volatility should drop. So let me get rid of these. Right now we're at 2867. Futures are up pretty well here pre-market. And if you look at the P&L line right here, the purple, it's all positive going up, right? So we want to try to collect the move in here. Now, if we can stay inside of this range, the break-evens are going to expand. So if we go out to April 18th, which is only 2 weeks from now, 2805 to 2946, 2800 to 29.5. If we go back to the wave count, 2900 is pretty much that 100%, and then 2805 would be a pullback. So as long as we kind of hang around in this zone here, we'll probably only be in the trade for a week or two. We're going to try to collect the decay in the zone right here. If the market wants to put a big move in, we'll have to adjust and we'll have to get out of the trade. Okay. The other trade that we have on here is TLT, which is the bond ETF. We've been working this trade here for a while, and in fact, let me just make a quick change. Let me see if I can do a quick change on the fly here. Position 4K. There we go. There. Game time change there. So on the TLT, we've had a pretty impressive move up in bonds. I'll show you the wave count where we are now. They've come back from the brink of collapse, and it's been, pretty shocking to most people to see the move up. The way I'm tracking this for now is we're just going to consider this a C wave. It could be 1, it could be 2, and it could be 3. Doesn't matter because we did have a 5-wave move, had a 3-wave correction, and then a 5-wave move up. Bonds have definitely come back from the brink of a major breakdown. So what exactly the wave count is, I'm not sure yet on TLT, but I think it's almost, I think it's clear on the 30-year bond, which is over here. You could actually count the 30-year bond as a completed 5-wave move up. So that's interesting, right? If bonds are in a 5-wave move up, stocks have just broken resistance at 28.20, maybe we're going to start to see a sell-off here in the bond market. You've seen the financials come back. Financials have traced out some pretty good corrective patterns. I just recorded a video with Jeff Kennedy yesterday with Elliott Wave International covering JP Morgan. So the financials are responding to this 5-wave move up in the bond market. So here's the trade I have on in TLT we might need to exit today. So all these trades, again, guys, these are done with our members. When we send out a trade, I execute the trade live. You're looking at real capital here. And we text message out. We put it on the website. So we follow this right through from opening of the trade to closing of the trade. So we were up around the 125 mark in TLT, which would have been great for this butterfly because we had the 123, 125, 126 call butterfly. Okay, it's a broken wing butterfly because we have $2 below the body and $1 above the body. So that gives you unlimited gains on the top side, or I should say gains all the way up. But you do have losses if we drop below 123.5. So we're up here around 124, 125. Looks like the bond market's starting to come off with the stocks acting strong here this morning. Bonds are coming off. Probably going to exit this trade on the open. We were up about $1,200, $1,300. I'm only up $700 at this point. So that's fine. We'll start to get out of that trade. Let's see, Zach. That's a super shallow short and B. Which market are you talking about? Are you back in the S&P, Zach? Let me know, and I'll hit that up for you. And while you're answering, Terry, anything you want to jump in on? Everything's looking good so far?
Yeah, we do have alternate counts in the S&P. Yep. But this run has been quite progressive. I think he's talking about that shallow blue B there, and yes, it is pretty shallow compared to this run.
Yeah, it sure is. It sure is, and that's why I absolutely have this possibility in here.
Right. I think we have another alternate count there on the yellow count that says A is not over. Look for there's a yellow count, and you can kind of hide. There you go. This one has a much more extended third wave.
Oh, okay. I see. This is your count. I can see that.
I think we're up and working up in a fifth wave right now. Some of my other members on the Facebook group put me onto this too. So it's even this is a very long A wave, but this would say that we would continue in the longer term feeding this triangle formation. So we're still waiting for this big correction, and I think I'm kind of like Zach there. That blue wave B that we have is so short. I really hate to say that it's a B. So I'm still holding out that maybe B is yet to show up.
The one issue with this is your third wave is a 3.
Yeah.
That's the issue we have to avoid. I think the fact that the rule is it's not how deep B must be. It must overbalance in percent retracement terms any prior correction, and in fact, it does that. So this is the biggest correction we've seen thus far. There's nothing in R. and Elliott's work that says you must retrace 38% or 50%. There's tendencies, but this must show a greater net retracement in terms of percent than any prior correction. But if this is going to be B, we could drop in C. Terry's bringing up the possibility that we could be doing an extended fifth. Zach was saying, which is possible, he has a third of fifth of an ending diagonal. So the diagonal would probably be 1, 2, 3, possible diagonal there. Or it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same implications. I don't think we're just going to crush up through 3,000 and go to new highs. Even with the most bullish interpretation you could find, however this counts, okay, the drop from September into December, this is definitely in need of a correction. What exactly is happening here? It's pretty challenging, guys. It's pretty challenging.
Even if it's a 1, it needs a 2. It's going to be a pretty good size correction to make.
It's going to be a good size correction, but the issue is good luck trying to position for it. Right now, we continue to be long. This is just ABC wave 4 is over, and we are set to just completely rip higher after a wave 2 correction. So
Perfect.
We are still long in our portfolio. Not only do we trade options for our customers, but we have a stock portfolio as well. We have a good amount of long stock exposure. We have 70% of our portfolio on the long stock side right now. I've got 10,000, almost 11,000, which is 11% in kind of a macro, kind of a hedge, non-correlated to higher stock prices. So, we still have a little bit of cash, but we're still pretty long in our portfolio. So we'll need to be adjusting on the portfolio when we start to see that we have this push up here. All right. Now, guys, members, if you guys, I don't mind doing this, and I should probably hit you guys up on Twitter ahead of time. If you guys want to go or debate the wave counts, I welcome it. What I'd ask you to do is maybe throw a link to a chart, maybe just take a screenshot and tweet it to me. I think we're going to make that part of the show going forward, because I appreciate and I love going back on different wave counts and looking at different scenarios, because I can't sit here and just tell you guys this is the only way the wave count must be. No. I mean, how can I sit here and tell you I know exactly what's going to happen in the future? If you trade that way, you're going to get wrecked. So I always liked, as long as you're obeying the guidelines and the rules, I love to see what you're looking at. There's multiple possible ways to do it. And sometimes those multiple possibilities will still project you going in the same direction, and we all make money. So I would challenge you guys, you can use TradingView. It's easy enough. If you want to tweet to me, say, listen, I just sent you a tweet. I'll pull your chart up. Show me what you're doing. And I don't mind. I think we will make a segment of that when we launch the show officially. But for you to just say that's a B, that doesn't mean anything to me. I can't follow that as I'm jabbering my gums and running this whole thing. Yeah, Richard, send me. Let me know how you're going to send that to me, and if it's a good chart, I'll pop it up here. Okay. I mean, I want it to be collaborative, trust me, but it's got to be. We've got to control the chaos here a little bit. Okay. So from there, let's take a look. We're already at 9:13. That's pretty amazing. One trade that I will be looking to do with my members today is Costco. Yeah, send them over, guys, for sure. And if you tweet, I'm at Todd Gordon Trade calculator or notepad. It's probably the easiest if you just tweet me at Todd Gordon Trade. I will, Zach. Are you buddies with Bennett? Yep, at Todd Gordon Trade. Probably the easiest way to do it. Should be able to exchange it here in Motive Wave. Okay, so back to Costco. I like the chart here. I think it's a pretty good three-wave ABC correction down. It's nice A, triangle B, down in C, and we're starting to get some impulsive activity up here. I'm looking to kind of buy this pullback here in wave 4. But the way I do this, if you're buying a pullback here in 4 for a wave 5 of a higher degree 3, you've got to admit, or you got to acknowledge that the upside is limited in that you only have 5 of 3. Then you're going to set back in wave 4 a correction that is similar in price and time, similar in dimensions to wave 2. So the path is likely to be something like this. I love doing butterflies in this position when you have a wave 4 that is expected to lead you into a bigger wave 4. So you could put something on with kind of centered around this in here, 240, 250. You sell 2 in the middle. You buy one above fib resistance. You buy one below fib resistance. And you try to structure it so there's a slight positive delta in the options. You know, and that's the wonderful thing about Elliott Wave, because it tells you, not with certainty, but if you have context to say that we're in a trending market, probably better be buying premium. And if you're in a corrective market, that context kind of deems that you maybe reduce your deltas and do more positive theta trades, sort of income trades. So that's a trade we'll be looking to do here in Costco. I think it's hard to put new money to work in here. As I said, we might have a run into 29.5, but in the S&P, but it's going to be kind of hard to do. The other thing that I would mention that is boosting these markets is emerging markets. EEM, China, all looking pretty good. So if you look at EEM, I'm looking at emerging markets as rallying impulsively here. We've been underperforming for a long period of time, but we have something that resembles either a flat or a triangle that might give us a final 5 of 3 move up here. So emerging markets are adding some strength to the global markets, and a big one has been China. FXI is looking very strong. It's almost the same chart. FXI, sort of a wave 1 up. You would actually do it like this. 1, flat 2, 3, some kind of wave 4 with wave 5 to go. Motive Wave's yelling at me there. There we go. All we would need in FXI is one more correction, and you would say we have a good triangle with a wave 5 to go. So that's another good trade. China could be coming back, and some of the Chinese stocks are starting to act pretty well. Semis, I think, are a big part of it. SMH has come back with a vengeance. If you take a look at our primary count here, I am counting 5 waves up already, so we'll need to adjust that. I think there's more room to go in semis. Intel is another trade I'm going to be looking to do with my members today. There's room to go up to about the 58 mark in Intel. Intel's been a strong performer here. Coming once it got through the 50 mark, we're looking at green 1, 2, green 3, pull back in 4, up in 5. Kind of that same butterfly. You could do an unbalanced butterfly. You could do a broken wing butterfly. Just structured so the deltas are positive. Looking for that little move up. Set back in 4, back up. Set back in 4. You know, Intel could be sideways here for the next couple months. So that's a good one that I'm also kind of keeping an eye on. It's, as I said, the context of the wave count tells us that you can be slightly positive delta, meaning you're slightly bullish, but we're so progressed in the count, I don't think you want to be loading the boat. Terry, anything you want to add in here?
Yeah, I was going to say there. I know you've been put off on the SMH, the semis for a while, but I definitely see several players out there with some good trade setups. I like that butterfly pattern you got on the Intel position. We ought to do something with that soon. AMD's another one. You know, it's feast or famine, I think, with it, right?
That's exactly it in these semis. They're so bifurcated. They're either, you're either Micron or you're not even AMD, like Xilinx or AMAT.
Yeah, Micron was really a bad boy, right, last year. He hasn't. And the CNBC kept having you bring it up and trying to get you to trade Micron. I'm like, no, why?
They kept wanting to do semis. You know, I sent this chart. I don't know if it's still going to work. Let's see if I even have it. Oh, I don't have it. It's not coming up.
Oh, by the way, guys.
Basically, what you could show. Oh, sorry. The percent drop from 11, 15, and 18 were all the same It was such an easy trade. I called the lows and semis pretty much the same time I was calling for Amazon to get broken down, and I got crushed for calling Amazon breaking down, but nobody gave me any credit for calling the lows and semis. But all right, so that's that. That's the semis. I think that ties into emerging markets. Few of the trades, we do have AMD in our portfolio. That one's performing well. I'll show you that wave count. I don't have any option trades in AMD, but we do have AMD working in the stock portfolio. This is a strong one. We might need to revisit this one because we're calling for kind of a third breakout here. I'm a little cautious on this wave count within the context of the market. Oh, sorry. There we go. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, you weren't sharing your charts. Okay.
That's fine. The semis, sorry, guys. The semis basically 2011, 15, and 18. If you look at SMH on the percent drop, they were the exact same percent drop. It was like 30 or 40% drop. It was a very easy low to call. AMD is going to be, as I was just showing you, it's kind of a weird count. It's very bullish right now, and it makes me a little nervous to be so bullish on AMD within the context of what we have in the overall markets. I have the trade. I think it's a full holding in our portfolio. But if this starts to transpire, we're going to get on board for a options trade to leverage up here. 100% is going to be at 32.82, and the 1618 is at 39.26. So we'll be looking at that one as well. Few other things, but we're getting late into the session here. I have a new YouTube video to come out. It was just kind of a fun one I did for Wave International. They're going to be publishing it. It's a Lululemon options earnings trade that we did. That one did pretty well. I had to go down to 30 Rock for CNBC, so I'm walking by the Jimmy Fallon studio, and I had to close the Lulu trade in the green room at 30 Rock, which... you go to the NASDAQ, you go to New York Stock Exchange or CNBC. It's like, okay, it's financial TV, but you go to 30 Rock and you're walking by like real TV sets. You actually still get nervous going in there. So it was fun. I just kind of recorded it. That video will be coming out. No big deal. Have other vlogs coming out, and then a lot more, obviously, plans for the office and build this show out. So still technically in beta phase. Thanks for your patience. Also, you'll definitely want to check us out here at Trading Analysis. That's where Terry and I frequent quite a bit, along with the whole team. TradingAnalysis.com. We offer Forex analysis. Alex and Terry head up the Forex analysis, crypto analysis, which we didn't talk about yet. We are long. Terry and Alex have us long Bitcoin. The guys have secured the low, I believe. Pretty amazing job they've done there. We also obviously have stock options, right full service. We trade real capital, fully transparent, no smoke and mirrors. We show you what it takes, show you the process. We show you the ups, we show you the downs, and I think that's what you that's what you need in this kind of market. Richard, I will take a look at Twitter. I'm not even looking at the right camera. That's all right. There's Zach. Okay, let's take a look at Zach. Let's see what Zach has for us. Let's see what Zach has for us. Uh-oh. Come on, baby. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Small, so 1, 2, smaller 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down. You got to make sure this is a three-wave move, but it's possible. From 2,700 to 2,867, is that a three-wave move? That would be indicative that you're in an ending diagonal. So let's just take a quick look. And you can. I'm just looking at it quickly. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I hate these small 1-2s. I'm kind of forcing a 5-wave move on that. But the predominant correction is there. So you could easily say that's ABC. And Zach, it doesn't matter at this point for purposes of our positions now and the option trades that we have on. Even if this is ABC, we should still make a move into 2,900 and 2,950, and we're going to make a lot of money on that. And we're going to be quick to get out. Either way, the interpretation is resistance will be up here. If it's an ending diagonal as you're proposing, we're going to get smoked. If it's just a wave 4 as I'm proposing, it's going to be a moderate sell-off. We'll see when we get there after we've booked profits. Richard, sure. Are you Lionheart on Twitter? Richard, that's a bold name. Thanks for that, Zach. Let's see. Here's another one from Lionheart. I don't have a response from Richard yet if you're Lionheart. Lionheart. Let's see what he's got here. Okay.
Yes, that's him.
Perfect. So we're doing A, B, and a massive C. If you get past, so you're doing blue A, B, this is going to be 1 of C, 2 of C, 3 of C, 4 of C. If this is any more than a 261% projection of blue A up in blue C, I would say you're starting to lose your proportions.
Yeah.
What's your starting point there? Below 2,300. What time frame is that, man? God, you must have a huge monitor. I have big monitors, and this resolution's so small I can't even see it. But do that. Tweet me back. Let me know the fit projection of blue A projected up from blue B, what it is on a log scale basis. If it's more than 2,618, I would say you might want to revisit that.
Definitely need to be sure you're on log scale.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
But that's the thing we were talking about earlier, Todd. How long this run has been is it almost, it defies. Originally we were thinking we're going to get this triangle formation a lot earlier, and we just didn't see that. We didn't see the biggest pullback in it, so that's what we're chasing.
And that is an unbreak, to Terry's point, that's an unbreakable rule, Richard. You want to label the largest net percent decline as the highest degree correction. You have this as the largest degree correction, or if you look at this, that one's bigger, and I can just show you. That one right there is 3.02%. This one is 3.39%. So this is the bigger one. So by definition, this has to be a large degree correction. But I see a lot of talent and a lot of good work inside of your wave count. I saw some really good things. So please don't take that as a criticism or insult. I see some real good work in there. Okay. And then he was saying that's a 200%. Let me just do that quickly, and then we'll end this. As you can say, I love going back and forth. I love engaging. I love looking at different viewpoints. You're right. Okay, 200%. Well, we're through it. We're through 200% on the way to the 2618. Okay, so from a fib point of view on a log scale, not out of proportion, but for the reasons I just mentioned, that's where I would look the other way. Okay. Guys, we're going to leave it there. Kind of a informal session, as I said, more structure to come in 2019 in this show. Be sure to leave some comments, questions below. Leave a thumbs up in the video here, if you don't mind, if you enjoyed the effort we put in here and engagement. Thank you for spending your time with us. Hopefully you have an idea of maybe how to handle the markets until next week. Come check us out at Trading Analysis. We have the members webinar coming up in 30 minutes. So members, we'll see you there. The bell is open. Terry, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me on, Todd. Good luck in your trades, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Terry.